What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Check this out, man. I got my glasses and broke. Ellen designs shocking new lawsuit. What? Ellen DeGeneres. I said Ellen design. It's crooked, man. Ellen DeGeneres shocking new lawsuit. Awful details. Ellen reacts and is mad. Hey, this is gonna be a 2-in-1, man. Check this out. I've been waiting for any type of news on Ellen MCSounds. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. We're gonna get straight into this because I am pressed to see what's gonna go on. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell.
Okay guys, back in London, and honestly I had one of the most scariest flights on the way back, because can you actually imagine, I woke up to a lady screaming in the back and we were just like, what is going on? I initially thought the flight was going down. I was like, this is like my worst nightmare. And to see what I had seen was vicious. I saw this mother crying and I saw a crowd of people at the back of the plane thinking, what is going on? We were 2 hours in the air at this point, and basically the mother's child, a toddler, was unable to breathe. For some reason he stopped breathing, and a nurse sitting next to me, because there was no doctor on the flight, got up and helped the young child, but the young child basically needed CPR. And so the mother was crying, other ladies witnessing were also crying, men were distraught, and of course the flight attendants were obviously trained to help. But to see something like that mid-airborne and there's nothing that they could have done,
wow, because
of course, you know, there's no hospital in the air, is so frightful to see. And the mother was absolutely shaken. Long story short, we had to emergency land in Frankfurt, Germany, before we came back to London to drop them off at the emergency vehicle who were outside the plane. And, you know, the toddler was able to begin breathing again. His heart did stop for, you know, a couple of seconds, but then his pulse was there. He's, you know, breathing again. The mother, you know, was clearly going through hell, as any parent would be. Even the father was. But we had to stop in Frankfurt. Multiple people literally all missed their, you know, connecting flight, of course I was late to London, but none of us cared, to be honest with you, because, you know, the main priority is that the child is okay. We didn't really care, and I'm glad that nobody cared, because, you know, let's not be selfish in a time like this. Truly crazy to see you know, adults performing CPR on a toddler, on a minor who was and their parents crying, and you can't do anything mid-air. Horror. Absolute horror, guys. Anyways, the child is okay, everybody is safe and sound. Great to see. God is good. Let's get straight into this video, guys. I wanted to just share that story, but basically things are not really getting well for Ellen DeGeneres at all. She is facing a brand new lawsuit for basically crashing into somebody else. She's been accused of causing an auto collision in California prior to her move to the England. Could this be one of the reasons why she ran to the UK? In documents obtained by Page 6, a woman driver claimed that the former talk show host hit her Tesla after allegedly blowing past a stop sign in Santa Barbara County in October 2023. Per the documents, the woman claimed whilst driving, she came upon an intersection with multiple stop signs, stopped and checked for oncoming traffic before proceeding. She was then abruptly, guys, T-boned by Ellen DeGeneres, causing her a injury. Per the document citing Ellen's alleged failure to yield at the stop sign, the complainant is suing her for negligence and seeking unspecified damages. The news just comes over the 2 weeks after former cameraman on the Star's former, you know, talk show came forward and said that she was extremely toxic. This particular person is suing and is seeking unspecified damages. I mean, if this person is claiming, guys, that Ellen basically hit her and that, you know, this is why she has injuries and there were multiple stop signs and Ellen did not obey this and therefore, you know, she needs to pay up. This is going to be a very long, complicated lawsuit, and this took place before she even left the UK, before she left to the UK, before she came to the Cotswold. I don't think that she would, you know, maybe she is trying to avoid that lawsuit, who knows, but things have basically just gone really bad for you, to the point where it's not even just talk show, you know, related madness happening again with people coming forward and employees coming forward. You also now have, you know, the fact that there is a lawsuit of you colliding with somebody and hitting them, and you obviously must have driven off. I doubt you would have stopped, gone out of the car, made sure the person was okay. You probably, if this lawsuit is true, hit her and then continue to drive off, you know, per thinking that, you know, you have to go away with this, you don't really care. So it looks like things in Ellen's past still are not done with her. And so for her to be facing this dramatic lawsuit, to me, shows that it's about to get very complicated, and she might as well just pay this person up to fix this, because I don't see how she's going to battle this without PR onslaught happening to her all over again. Now, according to sources, guys, it looks like Ellen's point of going to the UK was to let the dust settle on the bullying scandal. Her goal has always been made to make a comeback. She's been waiting for enough time to pass, but she's beginning to understand the face of the harsh reality that she won't be able to rebuild her career because of these new allegations that were made over a month ago. According to her sources, her comeback hopes are cratering over new accusations from a cameraman who claimed to have worked on the show for a decade. In a recent interview, he claimed Ellen banned Gordon after the chef called her cooking rubbish, and according to the former staffer, Ellen turned cold with men if they were ever caught in a conversation with Portia. The source adds this has ignited the whole scandal again and has hit Ellen like a ton of bricks. She's smart enough to know it's a huge turn off for anyone wanting to hire her, and now she's facing the harsh reality that she's never going to rebuild her reputation. Someone always seems to come crawling out the woodwork to dredge up the past. It's put her in a foul mood, and as usual, poor Portia is bearing the brunt of this mood. I mean, I would hate to be even around her or currently working for her to be bearing the brunt of that mood 24 hours, catering to her, because we damn well know Ellen is not picking up a dish when it comes to whatever the hell she's doing in her Cotswold UK mansion. But this is probably the reason why I believe she went back. She went to the UK to disappear and, go on this retreat, this home, and live here and live a different life that's not filled with celebrities, because it was a break, because it was something that, perhaps could be a PR long haul move, that she will be sitting here for 4 to 5 years, just chilling, not doing much. And then she would go back to America and start doing stuff, because I don't think that she wants to live in the Cotswold forever and not do a damn thing when she's been doing this for a very long time. And I don't think that this plan is working for her, because whilst things were beginning to be forgetful for her, people came back and they've started up these new workplace allegations. Daily Mail picks it up, Page 6 picks it up, all these people are picking it up again, and it's kicking up a huge motion. Now on top of that, she's facing now this new lawsuit where she basically did a hit and run. Allegedly, she didn't even get out the car to say, "Are you okay?" She just hit the car, said, "You know what, it is what it is, my bad, I run these streets, I got the coin, it is what it is, I don't care about you, I'm gonna run away so that you don't put my name on XYZ." And that happened all before she left, and now that's coming to chase her as well. Other articles are saying that she's trying to remain unfazed, but of course this is hitting her like a ton of bricks, and she's pissed off by the fact that this whole scandal has re-erupted for her. So things aren't looking good, guys, for Ellen DeGeneres. And I also don't think that this is going to be the end of people coming out from the woodworks. This only happened a couple of weeks ago, but I do think there are going to be more cameramen, more script writers, more coffee makers who are also going to want to sell their stories to these papers, because they are genuine stories of how much pain and deceit they've gone through from Ellen. And so that is going to continue once again and continue to re-erupt. She just simply can't escape that. I don't think that Ellen should ever go back to being a talk show host, but if she wants to do comedian gigs here and there, she already has worked with Netflix, so I'm pretty sure that there is stuff for her to do. But to me, it is remarkably interesting that in the UK, when she moved here, she hasn't done any presenting work here. She hasn't even been on shows like Loose Women. She's done nothing, and I think that is because her plan was to lay low here, to make sure that she disappears, goes into the abyss, doesn't be seen with any celebrities, and then boom, she goes back to the US and has this gig or etc., and people actually aren't as harshly upset with it when she goes to do something like that. And that plan seems to have foiled, and I think that she's just beginning to understand that, because everything is basically re-erupting for her. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe, it goes a long way. I do apologize for the lack thereof videos over the past couple of days. I had a migraine aura yesterday where you are like half of your vision basically goes, and you're just like, I was thinking to myself, what the hell is going on? Am I having a stroke? Like, why can't I see half of what's going on? I just woke up, I've never had this symptom before, disappeared after 15 minutes, and then the migraine began after that. Now, for those who were asking yesterday about if I have frequent migraines, I don't. I've never, when you have a whole migraine situation and you're throwing up and etc., and you have eye sensation, the last time I had that was like a year and a half ago. Like, it's not common for me. So for that I'm thankful, because I know for people who have it frequently, it's absolutely hell on earth. But this whole migraine aura thing, like, I was just like, am I having a stroke? What is going on? And you don't want to be feeling these symptoms when you're abroad. You want to be in London, where we have the NHS, where I can go and get checked up for free. Like, it's just crazy. Anyways, let me know your thoughts when it comes to this. I kind of mixed up topics today with some life stories. I don't know, I just wanted to it was just on my mind. Hopefully you guys don't mind it. Apologies if
I keep getting these migraines, my daggone self, man. That's why y'all see me sometimes, people that be watching my videos, taking that BC powder, man. It's not a good time to stop to take a BC powder, especially when you're doing like a 30-minute or an hour-long video. But back to Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen is trying to get far as she can away from Diddy. Everybody knows they was kind of close parties. Yeah, what time you want me to come to the party? Well, don't come too late. I'm gonna be there. I'm definitely gonna be there. So between the parties and everybody who work with I'm not gonna say everybody. A lot of people who work with Ellen has said that she's not that person in real life. She is very mean to her staff members and the people who work for her and everything. So let's switch gears real quick, man. We're gonna go with this one right here. Diddy destroys. Very bad news. Diddy is destroyed. Very bad news. Jay-Z casino raising concerns. Unrest in the UK. Oh my gracious! Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. I can't do all this, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out.
I haven't been putting out many videos in the past 24 hours because I had the strongest migraine attack that I've ever had in my life. The fact that I've even got a light shining in my face and I seem to be doing okay right now is a work of wonder. This type of migraine was very different. I had my vision was blurred. My vision was going. It was apparently a migraine aura, which happens right before a migraine attack. And it was the most scariest, weirdest thing to wake up to, where your vision is just going and there's nothing that you can do. But it dissipated quite quickly, and then the migraine fell upon me, and for the entire day I have been out of it, just recovering. So I haven't been putting up any videos in the past 2 days, and I do apologize. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali. Daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Let's get straight into this mess, because it looks like it's really bad news, guys, for P. Diddy when it comes to more litigation that is being released on this man. Now we know September 25th is the next big hearing date to see if this man is going to get his new trial and charges acquitted, and then October 3rd is his sentencing. Put those dates in your diaries, guys. They're going to be big dates in this whole case madness. But the prosecution are announcing that they are basically coming with more victims for the sentencing. This is pissed off Diddy, pissed off his lawyers, and they basically are panicking, which is why they put up a couple of days ago documents for trying to bring some of those men when he was summoning the gay Avengers, when he was summoning the gay escort workers and the gay men, when he was summoning, his people. When he was doing this, he was doing so that he can bring them on his defense to try and reduce his sentencing. Not only that, but he wants any medical information to be redacted that isn't already publicly out there. So my question is, what medical information do you have, or whatever the hell you're diagnosed with, that has caused significant damage and rupture to other men or women out there that you don't want people to know about? Granted, everybody, including Diddy, is entitled to medical privacy. But at the same time, when it comes to harming other people, could this be being revealed help others in the future? We don't know. But the prosecution are wanting to come with more victims, listing these male escorts as victims, whereas Diddy actually wants some of them to be subpoenaed or to testify against the prosecution and basically be on Diddy's side. Diddy's lawyers are upset by this because it seems like a sneak rule to come in for the sentencing that, wait, all of these victims, how is Judge Arun going to see that? Judge Arun already hates Diddy for the fact that Diddy and his lawyers try the most continuously, bail applications denied. Diddy, stood up talking about, you're doing a great job. Judge Arun did not even give a damn about what he was saying.
Yeah. What? Bullshit. Yeah, you're right about that. You're doing a great job. Yeah, I'm keeping you in jail. Thank you. I'm keeping the bad people in jail. That's a good job. Isn't that a great job?
For the fact that Diddy and his lawyers try the most continuously, bail applications denied. Diddy, stood up talking about, you're doing a great job. Judge Arun did not even give a damn about what he was saying. So now you've got more victims being presented alongside Cassie and Jane. It ain't going to look good for Diddy, guys, when it comes to the sentencing. It really isn't going to look good to him. So this, is a sneak situation, and we're basically going to see what the memorandum is going to be for the sentencing from each party, and they've obviously got to publish that as well. So a lot is happening for this. Bad news for Diddy, guys. More victims coming out. These male escorts are victims, in my opinion, because they were flown around and then they were forced to do things against their own will for Diddy, or were put in very uncomfortable positions, which is very uncomfortable to be in. Sorry, believe me, I know that 110%, and I've spoken about it here and there, where I can understand what these male escorts are discussing and talking about, because people can put you in very difficult, unfortunate, nasty positions and have so much power over you in so many different ways, and then should be in positions where they're believed as victims, not just escorts. Escorts can also be victims too. People seem to forget that. They get really upset at the sex worker, they get really upset at that, but they don't get upset at the grown men who be hiring these people, asking them to do nasty, freaky, weird things. But when everybody wants to blame the worker who is in an uncomfortable, exploitative position. So I think that this is an important message that the prosecution are trying to relay out there, that these escorts also are victims. We're coming forward with them. Get ready, pack your shit up, Diddy, because you're about to have a sentence. And so this is basically what this is implying. Now, Jay-Z is introducing this casino in New York, and it's causing so much discussion online. People are so split on this conversation, where Jay-Z, DeGeneres, and Rock Nation are all promoting the fact that this casino in Times Square is going to basically drive in more business for Times Square, because people are going to want to come to this casino. My thing is this: whenever something like this is being introduced into a certain area, I do want to question, is money laundering going on? Because money laundering goes on so much in London, with all the stuff that, is being built there, all of these random, candy shops that are being built there that nobody goes into. I do feel like that, is this being made to clean and wash money in some kind of way? Because Desiree Perez from Rock Nation also stated that the company was about to collapse and that they desperately needed a lot of money in order to survive, and they got that last minute. So I already know their money is dirty anyways, but I do feel like, is money being washed here in certain kind of ways? Certain artists are also, I believe, using ways to wash money, because I don't understand why a casino needs to be made here. Like, what is this going to bring? Why is this a venture for Jay-Z? It seems like it's out of the loop. Maybe you guys know more than me, but to be honest with you, the venture just does not make any sense. Why are you creating this in Times Square? What is the business idea about it? Outside of you buying all of these homes and properties, it's just odd to me. Now, moving on to this whole Charlie Kirk stuff, I had no idea that her and and Candace Owens were besties. The two were ride or dies, and it's just so fascinating to me that everybody globally, all over the world, is protesting for this man, whether it be in South Korea to even in the UK for what happened early on today, and happening all over the so many different countries. To me, it just makes me even prove that this was an inside job, and that there has to be big responses from government. For the fact that one of the secretaries in the UK in the government responded to this and put out a statement, to me is insane. This man was an influencer. This man is not a martyr. This man is not somebody who died in war. This man is just an influencer commentator. So for the fact that his passing so suddenly has ruptured these governments and their responses, I think that they were told to do so, that they were told to respond like this, because it can fan the flame for the crowds, fan the flame for the audiences, and that in itself can lead to protests, and those protests can lead to more disruption, more of pitting humans against each other, more of pitting parties against each other, which is basically government control, and that's what they want to do, which is why there's so much civil unrest going on right now all over the world based on this. And I believe that he was sacrificed. I believe that he was sacrificed by his own people, by the people that have been supporting him and supplying him with stuff. They had to sacrifice him to cause a distraction, and this is the distraction that they wanted. I think that this is how I will look at it. I'm so sorry, I won't look at it as this person is some kind of martyr or something like that. And I just find it so bizarre that everybody's putting out speeches talking about fanning the flames, and let's cause more disruption and more civil unrest, and people are now protesting, harming people. This is what this was all meant to do. This was the whole pre-planned situation. Also, when it comes to this killer, that he was identified and he was the person who was doing all of this, and now there are Facebook pictures, guys, all emerging of parents introducing him to guns and weapons when he was a minor, is absolutely insane. What a disastrous ideology to introduce that to minors, and then look what this person ended up doing.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was paid to do this. But let's not be naive, guys. In this world today, let's not be naive. The current civil unrest that we are witnessing, and all this immigration conversation and everything going on, all of that is government control and done purposely to cause civil unrest. That's not the biggest issue here. The biggest issues here are the millionaires in your governments and who are taking all the money, not paying any taxes. The issue is homelessness. The issue is our doctors and nurses and teachers not getting paid sufficiently with salaries. Our issue is that taxes are a big problem. That there's so many pressing more matters here. Not the migrants coming on boats. No. Factually, that's just incorrect. Madness. Anyways, let me know thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. Shout out to anybody out there who also has migraines. If you ever had a...
That's me. I have migraines. I don't know, man. Only thing I do know is this. I don't think anybody should be taken off this earth in that type of way just because of their opinions and they sitting there speaking to the public. Apparently, evidently, obviously, a lot of people wanted to hear what he had to say. He had a very big crowd out there. I think that if you are able to form very large crowds of people to hear you speak, that speaks volume by itself. Now, I gotta say rest in peace to him, because I don't want nobody to pass away now. If the government did it, or it was a setup and all this other stuff and all this stuff that's going on, so all the social medias, every time I scroll on anything, I see something about Charlie Kirk. So I feel bad I feel sorry for the people who are celebrating that a human being has passed away. I feel sorry for these people, man, because they don't understand how precious life is. They don't understand that this man, whether you like him or not, he had kids and a wife and loved ones who love him. So why they making such a big deal out of it, I really don't know. I don't know, and I don't get into the politics side of it. But back to Diddy, because I was a fan of Bad Boy. Back to Diddy, 6 years, man, minimum. I'm thinking that got to be the minimum. I don't think he's gonna get time served, because he haven't done any time yet for 2 counts. So I think the judge is actually giving him the opportunity to speak, so he can just say, I was 100% fair with you. You said I'm doing a good job. So I went on and granted you all this next hearing of something that they need to do. So when I slam this hammer on you, you won't be too mad at me. So we just got to wait and see, man. I mean, no matter what, we could just form our opinions, but we got to wait and see what goes down. I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.